going on, everybody? Dumb Boy's back at it. Excited to be bringing y'all this. This is going to be another kind of a free ebook style scheme. We're going to start with Carolina Panthers bunch in a run balanced bunch scheme. Something that we really haven't seen. What I was thinking about is, what if you had all the abilities to set up route combos like you're in bunch, but you could run a bit better? And I tried a ton of different formations and ended up back in bunch. And we're going to use certain abilities to set this up. So before we get into it, I do have one question. This year I have not focused as much on your free ebook style schemes as I had last year. I also gained subs a little bit faster last year than this year so far too. Some of that's because we got a bunk game. A lot of people have quit. But let me know, all right? Do y'all want me to switch my focus and really get back to doing more of these free ebook style schemes? Let me know one of two ways. Drop a comment or just smash like. If this video gets a bunch of comments telling me to do that or gets a ridiculously high like percentage, then that's what I'll do. But let's get right into it. All right, so let's start with who we need to have from a personnel standpoint. Kind of ignore what the abilities on here are currently. Y'all know I switch schemes quicker than some folks switch drawers, and by the way, that's nasty. Switch your drawers out. So there's a little difference. So what we're going to do is anytime we're in bunch, I'm going to want to have this elite protector out here on each side because you really just can't be taking huge sacks. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 times post up. All right, post up, post up, post up. That's huge for our inside zones. Can't stress that enough. All right, so there's 5 of your AP. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get you a quarterback with gunslinger. That's going to bring you to 6 AP. Then what you'll want is a receiver with inside slot apprentice. Inside slot apprentice. That would be kind of a double negative, right? Inside slot. Anywho, and route technician. Then lastly, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Then your last cap would actually not be route tech because that would be 11 because I can count. What you would do is you would go ahead and put inside slot on him as well. And that's going to be what you need from a personnel standpoint. Let's get right into the plays. All right, so let's start with our universal setups that could be run in any bunch playbook, all right? Any bunch playbook. I'll choose double post just because we all know it's the best player. If you don't, now you know. Best play in Carolina bunch. But with what we do, it won't matter. So I'm going to take B, and we're going to put him on a post. You're always going to come out with your bunch to the short side of the field. Then we'll flip our bunch. Reason we did that is now we have a slot post over here. That's why bunch is so dank, really, is you can create such creative route combos by flipping back and forth. So then we'll go ahead and take X and we'll put him on a post as well. So now we're going to have 2 slot posts. All right, I'll take RB, put him on a drag. So this would be my first setup. We go ahead and we motion him out. And there you go. Basically, everyone was open at some point there. Running back, tight end early, if they hard flat. We'll look at the replay. So, got your running back, got that drag, got that tight end, but if they hard flat and play down on that, you're gonna, even if they don't, right, you end up with this guy coming open here, you end up with this guy coming open here. So quite literally against cover 3, everything gets open, right? If they don't make adjustments, everything's open. There's only one user. You do the math. So, again, B, post, flip play, X post, RB, drag. Boom. Now, what you could do too, and if you, obviously, you won't have the tight end on the wheel route if you're doing this and just kind of like a universal, you just put him on a flat route. That's how you would universally run this. Another thing you could do is you could take RB, you can just put him on a little hitch, right? If you need max protection, you don't have to have the running back come out. You could block. You could do something like this. The big thing is from a spacing standpoint, I always like to motion him out. All right, so the next setup, we'll take B, and this is also a universal setup. You could probably use like verts. You will need a crosser out of the slot, but every bunch I think has something like that. So again, we'll take B, put him on a post. We'll flip this around. So we're just going to leave our B on that crosser. So again, you would maybe use verts, whatever. We'll take X, and we'll put him on a corner route. And then what I'll do is I'll take A, put him on a drag. So here's what we get. I'm going to create a high-low to the left with X and Y. We're going to create a high-low with A and RB, and then we also just have B kind of coming in across if they bite down, typically, or take away the crosser. This is a great setup against man. Really, it would be a place where this would thrive. Alright, so we've got a 3-beater, some good standard plays. The double post is really good against cover 2 with the crosser as well. Let's get you a man beater, PA dig fork, alright? So you can really kind of set this stuff up however you want. What we're here to talk about is this S post. You can motion that across into a flag, and those do really well. So you can do something like block Y, drag X, drag A, put RB on a slant. Or you could put RB on a zig and put X on a slant. Or you could put RB on a flag if you have the ability to do that, right? A nice little man beater flag there. And maybe you have a Texas route, you know, with X. So you can kind of get creative, really, all right? So what we want to talk about, though, is this S post coming across. You can smart route this S post as well, just to get it open a touch earlier. You can see how off the line they get a couple of steps right away when you motion on that S post. Alright, the last play I'll give you here is something you can definitely use between the 20s, but it's definitely more of a red zone play, and that's going to be mesh post. What you can do if you're in between the 20s, you can take RB, put him on a little curl there, and you could block Y, put X on a slant, and run it something like this. You could also put A on a curl or a drag maybe, and run it something like that. All different little options, but realistically where I'm going to use this the most is right here in the red zone. What I'll do is I'll take B, and I'll go ahead and put him on a flat. Then I'll go ahead and flip the play. Real original, guys, right? I'm sure you've seen this before. And then you take RB, put him on a slant. You know, X, it depends. You could take X and smart route him, maybe. So it's still a playable, a throwable route potentially. And what you're looking to do is you're going to create an issue with the user. So we'll motion him across, then we'll motion snap him, and then Y or RB becomes your read. So simple enough, nothing groundbreaking there. Alright, so you're probably wondering, where's the run stuff, bruh? You said this was balanced. It is. So another thing we can do when we're in our plays over here, we can go ahead and motion this guy across. And, you know, if I want to keep the same route, I could just do that. If maybe I'm blocking him, I can do that. And this is just a confusion thing, right? If we do that a few times and stay in the pass, it's not necessary to run the scheme, but here goes why we would do it. If I come out and I audible over here into our halfback strong inside zone, this is where we're going to really start to hammer on people, right? Now it looks the same. They may not know what you're doing. Again, not a necessary piece of the puzzle, but can be helpful. So they have inside stuff here, so I'm going to go ahead and double team him. Obviously, I don't have my 3x post up. That's going to limit me being able to demonstrate this here. But that would be how you would go ahead and run that. Alright, so the next piece of this puzzle is going to be the read option. Now, how I do this, I have 5, so I put in Gun Taysom Hill as my backup. That's right, his name is now Gun Taysom Hill. If you're going to say the Taysom Hill, please say the gun. So the reason I'm going to do that is I'm trying to be a little scummy, right? It's a little white boy magic. I'm hoping that you just won't notice and you'll still think it's 5. So, you know, work that out with whatever your personnel looks like. Another thing, too, you can do, I always remember when you're setting up for the run, give people the fake, you know, little hot route signals. And when you're running inside zone, also just know that this motion, you can come across and get yourself an extra blocker as well. Alright, I'm going to give you 2 pass plays as well in here. Like I said, this is a full-ass scheme, guys. TE vertical, alright, and Y trail. We're going to kind of do the same thing. TE vertical is a little bit better if you have the ability to add in a flag, so like slot apprentice or HRM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take A, put him on a flat. I'm going to take B, put him on a flag. What we are doing is creating a really nasty like screen. Really, this is a screen where you still have blocking. And then we create a level, so if they bite down, you can hit them with B. If they mabel up that whole sideline and run over there, RB is going to be open. You could put RB on a drag if you wanted to get him open even quicker. If you could not put him B on a flag, you could even smart route and out. And kind of, you know, put him on a post or even RB in a in. Anything like that. Really just the concept is this screen. So watch this. This is nasty, bro. If you saw my stream, you saw how good this is. I mean, it's absolute hell, bro. Absolute hell. That play is disgusting. And they will start to bite so hard over there that your drag or your in is going to be wide open. Wide open. So Y trail, going to be the next setup. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep that pressure on them, right? So let's say that they've seen it, you know, they're kind of had enough of this shit. Even when they mabel, they'll probably sit over here some just because there's a little bit of a panic that sets in. Because you can mabel and still get picked up, right? And that's when all of a sudden B sneaks wide open out the backside. You could hit X wide open out there. So we keep that pressure on them. We keep that pressure on them on the backside. And then the other thing about that too, right, now all of a sudden they're starting to run out this way, and you hit them with the inside zone and you end up with a lane out there, right? So we're going side to side on guys, we're hitting high lows, making them cover every blade, all right? I just cannot stress to you how disgusting it is to have to cover this play along with the scheme. Oh, and of course Dickhead doesn't block. But I just really, that almost never happens in game. P mode's always a little wonky, but I just can't stress enough how disgusting that is to deal with that. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Again, if you like this ebook style stuff and you want to see more of it, you're gonna have to let me know via like or comment. Damn boys. You can also let me know via subscribe. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold that against you. Peace.